Hello guys, welcome to Comfy Cozy Up. So today is all about 2020 goals, and it just still feels weird saying 2020, but yes, we are about to hit the 20s. So I had showed you guys this in my journal unboxing. So this is my 2020, what I call my journal of ideas. This is not going to be my regular, I did show my regular journal that I write in, but this one I just jot in things I want to do as far as YouTube, as far as my blog, as far as traveling. I actually made a list of things that on my goal here, and it says books, blog, journaling, plans, travel, and random. So I'm gonna basically just be, as I go along, things that pops in my mind as far as videos I want to create, blog posts I want to focus on, or books. This is where I'm going to most definitely, actually, because that's what I really want to do. Actually, I'm going to start journaling books in here, as far as keeping a track of my books, what I rated, what I liked about it. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how I'm using it to analyze my books at the end of the year versus having to just focus mainly on Goodreads. Because when I looked over the years, my blog, I've always reviewed written review at least 20 to 30 books of all the books I've read. And this year I did not. I did a lot of video reviews and I didn't do as many written reviews. So when I have my written reviews, it's just a good way to go back and to see what I thought about that book at the time I read it versus when I think about the book now, months later. It was good for that. But I noticed like a lot of my top books I really enjoyed, I mainly had videos, which was very helpful as well. You get to really watch what you thought about the books and then think about it now in terms of, do I feel the same way about that book? So this is going to be more of me having those side notes and those things that I'm going to put in here. So that's some of the things I want to do. So I've written down like about 10 things and I already went over like one of them. So I want to read more books. I don't want to put a huge number. I would love to read 100 books at some point. Realistically, I don't think that's happening this year. So far, I'm recording this the day I'm going to be uploading this, which is the 29th, Sunday. So I don't think I'm going to be finishing any more book. I definitely want to start this particular book. It is almost 400 pages. I don't see myself finishing before New Year's because there's so many things I want to do still. And I'm enjoying myself and relaxing because, you blink and work is around the corner. I also want to read more classic. I read 2 classic, 1 modern classic this year. And it felt good. It's just such a great feeling when you finish classic, especially classics that's loved by many and you see why it was loved by many. I do want to add at least 2 next year. I have 2 more on my shelf that I haven't read yet. 2 or 3 classics on my bookshelf that I haven't read yet. So I think I'm going to read those. But there's another one that I want to add as well. But we'll see as I go along. But definitely more classic. Caribbean authors. I want to read more. I want to read more that I've never heard of. And so far I've gotten some great recommendations from you guys and I really appreciate it. Definitely going to be adding some more of those. Still hunting for more romance, as far as romance novels from Caribbean authors and theme that's Caribbean. Definitely going to do that. If you know more, keep sending them to me. I'm making lists and I'm going to be reading a lot more Caribbean books. I was a bit disappointed that I did not read not even 20 of the 81 books I read this year. Is what I think I was at number 13. I think it's around that, which is not, to me, I need to read a little bit more. I need to at least read 25% of my books should be Caribbean authors. That's my goal for next year. And also with that, I want to tap into more smaller island as well. I feel like a lot of books were, of course, my homeland. Love my homeland, but it seemed like it was easy to find my homeland in Trinidad. So Jamaica and Trinidad and Barbados, those 3 islands were pretty much where it was easy to find books from versus the other small islands I couldn't. I know they're out there, and I really want to read more from other islands in the Caribbean. Journal challenge. Now, I've been journaling. Today would be, what are we at? 90? No. Yeah. Today's 90. I'm doing the calculation in my head. Today I've been journaling every day for 90 days. I am going to go for the 100. And I will tell you how I feel about it when I get to the 100. But yeah, I just realized today is 90 days. Yeah, 90 days of journaling, guys. I'm not going to talk much about that. I'm going to save it for a blog post and also a video that I'm going to talk about. But there will be more journal challenge. I'm most likely will be doing one in spring, and I'm going to add some other elements to it to make it more interesting and to get people to journal. And throughout the beginning of the year, I am going to be pushing for people to go ahead and get that journal, you know, and start writing. And it's your private space, but it's just a great way to express yourself in words, and I really encourage a lot of people to start journal. So there will be more talks of journaling, and continue using the hashtag a journal mood, and just whenever you randomly feel like journaling and you want to do it, just go ahead and do it. It's going to be such a great way for you, especially if you've never done it. 2020, get it done. The next thing I want to do is there will be more writing vlog. I did not finish my story, and I'm okay, because where I'm at with the story is more of, do I want it to be a little longer, because there are certain elements that I added last minute, and I feel like the story it turned out to be longer than I had initially anticipated. It is my first time writing a book that's at least 300 pages, so so that's a little bit of my challenge right now, but I am enjoying the story, and I love where I'm at now, and it's just a way of tying up the ends. So there will be more writing vlog. I will go back to my my second story that I'd never finished. At some point, I just been jumping, wanting to go back into it. It's just making me really like writing now. I'm just like, I really want to go back to that. There are going to be I'm going to do some online writing workshop because I need to get more experience. I need to get more professional crafting, and I'm going to share my experience on those, because I would love to be in a class where I could sit down, but I know right now it's just not happening because of my time, my schedule. It's just hard, but I'm going to try and do at least one online class, hopefully by the beginning of spring or sometime in maybe February, and see how that works out for me, and then I will just share my experience and let you guys know how I feel about that. Reading vlog will continue. It was my jam for 2019. I started doing reading vlog I believe the end of 2018. I think I did one or two, and I was getting a feel for it. And in 2019, I did a lot of reading vlog, and I love reading vlogs, so it will continue. I just feel it's so much to add to telling about a book when I incorporate other things that I'm doing, you know, what I'm eating, and you know, just simple activity, but then talk about the books in the midst of all of that. And based on my views, I get the same amount of views as if I'm just sitting here talking. Actually, I get more views, to be honest. A lot of my higher books are high books that got the most views for reviews were from the reading vlog. So I will continue them. I love them personally. I really love them, and I'm glad that you guys have been watching them. So the next thing I want to talk about is festival. I've always wanted to add a festival, and I did not do that in 2019. So 2020, I am still hunting for those weird kooky festival. When I used to live in down south, because I went to college in Georgia, and I remember loving those festivals because they was just so weird and out of, you know, just kooky and crazy. And I know New York has a lot, and I just need to like dig and find those festivals, and I really want to do those festivals. I really want to go back to those days when I used to read a book and actually go seek out things that they talked about in the book. I remember this particular book, and they talk about Little Italy, and I spent an entire day in Little Italy. And I remember just like certain elements of the book what they were talking about, and just walking around and seeing things. It was just like a good experience to read a book and actually see certain things. Now, if it's an international book, of course not. But if it's a book that talks about simple things, things that I know I can see, I want to literally try and do that. It's just, I don't know, it's my thing right now, and I want to go back to that. I did that in 2016, 2017, fell off in 2018, and fell off in 2019, but I'm going to go back to that. You know, that whole a book made me do it kind of situation. I'm going to go back to that. Then I want to definitely have some traveling to do in 2020. I am going to go to 2 different countries. They're going to be towards the end of the year, however, but I'm going to continue doing some traveling. And I want to share more of certain things that I do on my blog. I noticed a few people that did not realize I have a blog that was not about just books. And when they did go on there, they did send me messages saying they didn't know I had a blog, and how open I was about certain things that I share. My blog, like I said in a previous video, is not just books. It is everything. I do have a section on books, but I have a section on lifestyle. I have a section on poetry. I have a section on reflection, and I really talk about me as a whole and things I've experienced. I've always felt the need to, like, a lot of my writing are based on life experience. And when I get out in the world, and even though I often do things alone, it is a lot of things I learned from that, because I find that when I'm alone, I'm more inclined to actually communicate with strangers, with people. If I go to a restaurant, I'll eat at a bar if I'm by myself, and a lot of times you get to meet people there and you have conversation. I've gotten invitation to some really interesting place when I went out alone that I was thinking, I was a little bit skeptical, and turned out these were some really good invitations that I actually pursued and went to, and had really good time and network and got to know people in the city. So, you know, there's not always monsters out there. There are some legitimately good people out there. And when you're single, you just feel like you're by yourself and you can't. But a lot of times I tell people I am single, but it doesn't stop me from going out. It doesn't stop me from exploring things that I want to do, as far as learning new things and experiencing new things. So if you are single, don't let it stop you. Still go out there and enjoy yourself and learn things and try things. And I constantly go on computer sometimes just to Google and see something crazy. But then I also like my alone time. I like to relax and chill. And when I relax and chill and think, I write and I create things. So it's going to be the same. I'm going to continue doing that, and I really appreciate everybody for pushing me up to over the 1K mark. I remember thinking, oh, it's not going to be a big deal, but it feels good. It's not a big deal because it doesn't really define me as my channel based on that number, because I'm still doing the same thing when I had less than 1,000. But it does feel good to get to 1,000. It's like a nice accomplishment to add, saying, okay, I got to 1,000, and, you know, work towards other things and other goals, and grow the channel and grow the brand and add things to it that people want to watch, and also being creative and having this as a creative outlet. Oh, and a stress reliever. Let me tell you, this channel is a great way to relieve stress, because outside of this, my 9 to 5 is just stressful as it is, and this was a nice getaway. So I really appreciate having this channel and as an outlet to you know, block all the other things that's happening in my life that are not great. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna end this here. I love this chat that I'm doing, and I love expressing myself, and I really appreciate you guys for the support in 2019 and continue supporting me in 2020. Please, love all that, share, comment. I love the comments, guys. I am for comments. I love it, the interaction. Yeah, look forward to adding some more up in this book. And for the 2 people who won, hopefully you guys are using them too for, you know, for your 2020 ideas or journaling goals. So yeah, so thanks for watching guys, and have a good day. Bye.